Howdy friends, it is time for another episode of the Blues Heart Biker. Howdy friends, welcome to the Blues Heart Biker channel. All right, hey, today marks, well, not exactly today, but shortly before today, last year at this time, I purchased the Night Train. Quite an experience that thing was. When I bought it off a guy who had got it from a tow yard. Bought it in a lien sale. There were no paperwork on it, just had the lien papers. Supposedly it had a bunch of back fees against it because of the tags, and it didn't run very well. It wouldn't charge, I couldn't get the RPMs up and start cutting out and spitting and sputtering. A few little things wrong with it. Paint, it looked like it was matte finish, and somebody tried to sand it out and polish the paint, and they screwed the paint all up, so I repainted it. Well, anyways, we'll go look at it. If you guys have watched the channel many times before, you've seen the Night Train, and today is I'm doing a 1-year review on the Night Train. Since I've had it a year, I've ridden it quite a bit, and I'm going to tell you the ins and outs on it and compare it to other Softails I've ridden and the other Softail that I own. So let's check it out. Let's go out here to the garage and we'll check it out. Hey, you know, if you guys haven't done it yet, and if you think you might want to follow my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, give me the thumbs up, and hit that little bell. All right, a subscribe button. We're gonna be friends for life if you do that. And a thumbs up lets me and the algorithms of YouTube know that you like what I'm doing. The bell's gonna let you know when I upload new content every Tuesday and every Saturday. I try to do. Sometimes I miss one because I'm only human, friends. Okay, but anyway, enough of that. Let's go get the Night Train out and let's take a look at it, and I'll tell you a little bit of the ins and outs of the Night Train. All right, friends, here it is. This is a 2007 Night Train. Like I said, I picked this up from a guy that had gotten it out of a tow yard. I got a real reasonable price on it, but I put some money into it. Probably by the time I painted it and did everything I did to it, I probably got as much into it as if I'd have probably got a good deal on just buying one without doing anything to it. I don't know, I'm still pretty reasonable into it. You know, I did my own things to it, and here it is. So first off, I painted it, and as you see, I'll show a before shot here while I'm talking. I painted it. Somebody had tried to sand the paint down, as you can see, and it looked terrible. Sometimes I wish I would have kept it, kind of give it that, you know, kind of rustic kind of survivor look, but I heck with it. I painted it. So, and I like the way it looks. I like the decal I chose for it. Anyways, the Night Train, things about the Night Train is, of course, the Night Train is a Softail frame, and that means, you know, the shocks are down underneath here, and the frame looks like an old rigid frame. Okay, in case you guys didn't know that. I know you guys all probably know that. Characteristics of the Softail: 21-inch front wheel. It's a thin little guy, you can see, and then it's got a 200 series rear wheel back here, a big fat guy, and the back rim like a wide glide. Kind of got it back in like a wide glide, kind of a front end like a wide glide. It's got the wide glide front end, as you can see, and characteristic of the Night Train is the blacked out motor. Okay, this is a 2007, so this was a 96 cubic inch, first year of the 96 cubic inch, first year of the 6-speed transmission. Okay, now I also have a Softail Deluxe here, and my Softail Deluxe over here is the same year. It's the exact same year, but they're two distinctively different bikes. Pretty much, some of it's the same. Of course, the frame format is the same, and of course the trim is different. You know, we've got thicker tire on the front, a great big giant fender on the front. All of this is, you know, made to look like a cruiser, you know, like an old school cruiser. Not as quite a wide a rear wheel on the back as the Night Train has, as you can see. A few things different. The Night Train, now the wheelbase is longer on the Night Train. The Night Train has a little bit different rake on it, I think. The wheelbase is 2 inches longer on the Night Train as opposed to the Deluxe. So it kind of gives you that chopper feel, you know, when you're riding it. It's lighter, of course, quite a bit lighter than the Deluxe. The Night Train weighs 654 pounds, I think it is, to where the Softail Deluxe weighs 690 something pounds. So right off the bat, this bike is lighter, a little more maneuverable, you know, and I think it's a little faster. Another thing about the Night Train is they come with a solid back rim. Okay, now people were telling me that that solid back rim was going to blow me around when I'm riding it, but it hasn't yet. So I don't know whether it's because I don't have a solid front rim. That I've heard that whole idea about the solid rims blowing you around is a wives' tale, but I don't know. I've only ridden one Fat Boy in my life, and it had the little holes in the rim. So anyways, but I know about this. This doesn't blow me around. One thing that's a little weird, that it's not weird now, but when I first got the bike, you know, this real wide back wheel here, I mean, it's pretty wide. It's a 200 series, you know. See how wide that is. I mean, I've seen wider rear wheels, but that's a pretty wide rear wheel. One thing about it, you've got this thin wheel in the front and that wide wheel in the back. It makes you feel a little front light. You know, it kind of makes you feel like your front wheel, like you don't have anything in front, you know. It seems like it's real back heavy, and it seems like you've got all this width in the back and you're real thin in the front, and it makes the front feel a little volatile. And in fact, on some roads it does do a little bit of that, just a little bit on some roads, you know, not all the time. When you get up going about 75 miles an hour, I had a guy tell me that he didn't like the thin tire on the front of his bike, and first thing he did was got rid of it. It catches the grooves in the road. But I haven't had that problem. I've never had it catch any grooves in the road. Actually, once you kind of get used to how light the front end is, it's actually pretty maneuverable, and it goes down the road real nice. Of course, this one's got some ape hangers on it, and I like these ape hangers. I really like them. You know, they're 16-inch apes, and I really like them. Riding in the mountains on this thing is just wonderful. But there again, you feel a little weird when you're going around a curve. You feel a little weird, like your front end isn't grabbing, you know, like your back end is. But it's fine. I've never had it slip or anything weird happen. It just, you know, you just feel a little light up in the front. It sits 2.5 inches higher than the Softail Deluxe, so it sits a little bit higher, but still sits kind of low. Forward controls, the seating position on it seems to be pretty comfortable to me. This seat, I had this seat reupholstered, and it's the original seat, but I had it redone. And I put that sissy bar on there. I got that sissy bar in a junk pile at a Harley shop in Modesto. It was on, you know, clearance, on sale thing, and but it runs good. It runs smooth. It runs cooler than the Softail Deluxe, and I'll tell you why. Let's go look at the Softail Deluxe. Okay, now on the Softail Deluxe, you've got all of this stuff in front of your engine. Okay, you got these great big forks, this great big fender, this big old wide tire, All of this stuff too, kind of, you know, it blocks a little wind, and it cuts some of the cooling, the air cooling out of the front cylinder. So, you know, this bike is definitely going to run hotter, and I'll show you on this bike how much more room there is here for cooling. And as you can see, there's nothing here. You just, so this bike runs a lot cooler than the Softail Deluxe, and it sounds great. It'll, you know, I've gone 100 miles an hour on it a couple of times. It's not a real fast bike, but it's, you know, it'll do what it needs to do. It is what it is. It's kind of, it's just a cruiser, and it sounds good. I like the 96 cubic inch motor. I have one on the Softail Deluxe. It's the same motor. You know, we got plenty of power, and it's runs smooth, maneuvers real well. The seating position, like I said, is real comfortable on it. It's got a 5-gallon tank. It uses a little gas. You can get about 150 miles, I think, on the 5-gallon tank. I burn premium in it. Like I said, it's just a straight ahead bike, nothing real fancy, you know, and it's kind of like a little, you know, a little chopper, you know, like a lot of people don't like that fender, but I kind of like it, you know. And I put these blacked out lights on it, so all the lights are blacked out on it, and it's just a beautiful motorcycle. I think that what I like about this bike far overshadows what I don't like about it. And honestly, once I got it running well, I can't find really too much that I don't like about this bike. I mean, I feel sporty on it. It's stylish. It maneuvers real well. It maneuvers almost, you know, through town. It maneuvers almost like a Sportster. You know, it's a little wider and not, you know, a little longer, and you don't have can't weave in and out quite as easy with this, but it does have way more power. This bike maneuvers well. Like I said, in the mountains, I love it, and a lot of that's because of the ape hangers. You know, those ape hangers, you just push them, and they, you know, the bike just does whatever you want. You almost just think what you want to do, and it does it, you know. And I think it's a wonderful motorcycle. I really do. After having it for a year, the year has flown by. All right, then, well, let's fire it up and see how she sounds. Here we go. After 1 year, I think I like it. I think it's a fantastic motorcycle. It doesn't use any oil, doesn't leak any oil, doesn't smoke. It's got 22,000 miles on it. And if you guys have watched this channel before, when I ride this bike, I always talk about how much I like it. And my 1 year review is a big thumbs up, man. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't know what else I can say about it, you know. I wish it stopped a little bit. Okay, there's one thing. You know, it's got, and it doesn't stop any worse than the Softail Deluxe. It's got 2007 brakes on it. And, I mean, it stops just fine, but it's, you know, newer bikes grab a lot better. But I don't know. I'm used to those old kind of brakes. Other than that, it's just, you know, it's a fantastic machine, and it goes down the road real nice, and it's comfortable to ride, and you feel good riding it. I consider this the quintessential Harley Davidson in a lot of ways, for a modern Harley Davidson, you know. As a child, when I used to ride, you know, preteens, early teens and stuff, I always wanted to get me a Harley. I always wanted to have Harleys, and I used to, you know, dream about what it'd be like to ride one. And finally, when I got to ride one, it wasn't quite the way I had dreamed it. But this bike, I feel, you know, like it rides like I imagined a Harley should ride. And I don't know whether it's just this machine, but it's a beautiful bike. If you guys get a chance to ride one, ride it. If you get a chance to buy one, buy one. I mean, because they're really desirable, and the prices are kind of going up on them right now too. Anyways, this is my night train. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I hope I made a few things clear on it, you know, for what I know and from my experience on riding other Softails, particularly owning another Softail the same year. This is a completely different animal, and it's in a class of its own, you know. It's almost like a Dyna, but it's not. And it's really cool. I think it's a really cool motorcycle. Well, all right, thanks a lot.